Welcome back to another Taro adventure. Today we're taking the Circle Line day cruise to explore New York City from the water.
Manhattan, so don't be alarmed. Ellis Island and the Statue of Liberty will be way in the distance. And after we go up to 14th Street, and I'll get a chance to point out the United Nations.
The Circle Line had a few different options for when your ship can depart. It also had an indoor that was warm and covered in windows, and a topside where you can get better views.
One more. My name is David. I've been a tour guide at Circle Line for approximately 30 seasons. Prior to coming here, ran the information booth on Liberty Island about 3 years. And I've been living in this area since I came here for graduate school back in 1985 when Back to the Future was a hot movie and not a Broadway musical. So do you know what this actually adds up to? I'm old. What I hope this is going to mean for you guys, that if you have a question in general about the city or the statue, that I can answer it. Or at the least, direct you to a place you can find the answer. Heck, let's whip out a smartphone, let's figure it out together. Feel free to engage me. There's reasons they pay me. On your left, Hudson Yards. New York is where it is, grew the way it did. Brought Alexander Hamilton here, became the home of the statue because things in our past made us a great place to put a board. Let's start with the fact that Manhattan is an island, and that there are people who live on it and don't know it's an island. You meet them when they come here, it gets awkward. But it has another name, New York County, because once only what was on this island was considered to be in the city. Legally, the change takes place as a result of the September 1897 primary. One of the reasons New Year's is extra special here in this town. The separate twin city of Brooklyn, as a separate entity, ceases to exist. The others, towns, villages, areas, however they identify. Brooklyn, Queens, and Bronx, Staten Island, in the primary, all voted to give up their independence. To join! Enter Henry Hudson, English sailor, convinced, really on absolutely no evidence, there's got to be a shortcut. Some channel of ocean water connects the Atlantic and the Pacific Oceans, gets you to and from the Orient faster, make him enormously wealthier. He'll be the first to chart it out. Failed the British and the Russian seas twice, then they kick him to the curb, so to fund the expedition in the opposite direction he was sailing for the competition. Private Dutch trading company sinks him a ship to Half Moon. That vessel would be about half our length and half our width. They'll pay for 18 crew. Subtract himself as captain, first officer, the second officer.
It was pretty cold today, only about 34 degrees. And because of that, the top half of the ship was pretty empty.
Their average age is 15. They're all Dutch. Second of 4 voyages to anchor pretty much where Circle Line is located, with one highly sophisticated tool aboard to analyze the salt content of the water, see if it's connecting oceans. How's it taste? Right here, same as the middle of the Atlantic. Tidal, gotta be right, keep going. The Pacific's around the next bend. About 70 miles from here, roughly Newburgh, New York. Water sweeter, tide weaker, ship runs aground. There's no shortcut. Dutch accounts turn everybody into a Dutch hero, like we took Captain Giovanni Cabato and turned him.
Despite the weather, when we finally got to the main event, everyone came upstairs to get their photos.
The second officer, they call him John Colvin, with a V. Reality. 18 different languages spoken amongst less than 500 people who practice 4 major religions. Where could conflict possibly arise? Had to be pure chaos.
It still is.
But folks, remember, whenever you hear a local gripe about it, this is such a great place to live and do business.
This is a little bit of a shorter one, but thank you so much for joining me on this Tall Tower adventure. I'll see you on the next one.